Hey y'all, I'm Jen.
And I'm Ed.
And welcome to My Haunted Era,
where we talk about urban legends, ghost stories, conspiracy theories, and all the things that just keep you up at night.
Yeah, welcome guys. We're back. We took a little break, a little extended break. So we just took a little summer holiday from podcasting, but we're back in time for spooky season.
Yes.
And we're excited to be here. We have a lot of announcements today, so buckle up.
Hope you're ready. Jen has a big announcement.
I have a huge personal announcement. I am carrying a child. I am with child. Me and my husband are going to be having a baby boy in March of 2026.
Amazing.
So I'm officially in my second trimester. That was probably the main reason for the break, because I was just trying to survive.
Yeah.
And I fucking did. Somehow, some way. I am still here. I'm not the kind of pregnant person that loves being pregnant. I really love the end result, but like really fucking hate the process. I like the little baby kicks when you can feel them, but right now I'm not in that phase. I don't have a cute bump. I just look bloated and there's no baby kicks. So it's just been very unpleasant so far, but everybody's healthy. Everybody looks good. So we're excited.
I'm not.
She's having a drink for me.
For those listening, I am having a peach buzzball.
Oh.
Have you noticed what Jen's wearing? Watchers?
See us on the YouTubes. I'm wearing official In My Haunted Era merch.
Look who that is.
As of today, our merch site is live. Our Patreon is live. We have started a Patreon because we're funding this podcast ourselves. We ain't too shy to ask for money. So if you like us at all, it's just a $3 tier. You get a shout out. You get a merch discount. You get a free sticker sent to you in the mail. What else do you get?
Them stickers are cute.
Yeah, it's the sticker.
Yeah, check out all the stickers on the site.
But if you look on our merch, you'll see part of the sticker. But it's an exclusive sticker for Patreon members only. We're going to have polls. You can help us pick out what we're going to talk about. So if you have ideas for episodes for our podcast, you can be a part of choosing what we talk about, and then access to our private Discord. So lots of little perks just for $3 a month. We'll post the link in the show notes of this episode. It'll be on our website, inmyhauntedera.com. It'll be on our Instagram at inmyhauntedera. And then our merch link will also be posted. And yeah, we got hoodies. We got t-shirts. I don't know what I'm holding right now. We have hoodies. We have t-shirts. We have sweatpants. We have hats. We have stickers. So get you some merch and represent your favorite podcasts.
Yeah. Support your girls. Your favorite. Support your ghouls. Okay.
Support your ghouls here.
Yeah, I know. That was hard to say.
That was hard.
Support your
ghouls. You stumbled on it and then I did.
We're doing great.
My bad, dog. We're doing great. But yeah, so that's our plug for merch. We're super excited about it. And I think we have some cute stuff.
Thank you to Jen. She designed all of it. She's amazing.
Thank you to my friend. I didn't design this one that I'm wearing.
Okay.
My friend, his Instagram is at Isaac Goodhart. He is a comic book artist.
Dang!
And my friend who generously donated his time and art for our merch. So thank you, Isaac. We appreciate you.
Isaac.
I owe you a big one. Yeah, we'll buy you a drink. I'll buy you a hoodie. We appreciate you. So he's been amazing and like just knew exactly what we wanted. So
yeah, it's very cute. It looks just like us.
And now Emma's going to tell us about
those Hawaiian Nightmarchers.
I am so excited.
I had never heard of it, but so I was listening to Radio Rental, and I used to listen to Radio Rental all the time when I was going to the gym. And there was a woman on there who had like sent in her story. Radio Rental is another podcast where like listeners will send in their stories, and then Rainn Wilson has like almost this, I don't even know, this very kitschy like intro. Yeah, like persona, this intro that I really love. But then like the people who submit their stories read their stories to the listeners. And it was really, really cool. This one freaked me out. Like you can go and listen to that, but essentially she goes on this like marathon hike through these Hawaiian mountains, and she gets hurt and she has to turn around. And like the last picture she has, it was basically like, thank God she turned around because there was this like really scary night marcher there. And I was like, what? I have to go see this photo. So I pulled the photo to show you at the end.
Yay.
Because it really did. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, if there's a photo, I believe it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Nightmarchers of Hawaii. Let's talk about them.
Yay.
In Hawaiian folklore, the Nightmarchers, and I'm going to mess this up.
Okay.
Huaycaipo?
Okay.
I think. But we're going to call them the Nightmarchers because I don't want to be insensitive.
Yeah, I think that's best.
They are ghostly apparitions of ancient Hawaiian warriors said to roam the islands at night.
Do they roam all the islands?
Well, so I think that's a good question. We did some
research in Kauai when I was there. I was like, are the Nightmarchers here, or are they just on certain islands? And I don't know. What did you figure out?
So I think we'll talk. I think it's a concentrated, but anyway. So the legends go through all the islands.
Okay.
So these spirits are believed to be the souls of fallen warriors who once served the Hawaiian chiefs, moving in procession through sacred and sacredly forbidden areas, bound to the land they fought for in life. So I kind of just, it probably depends where they fought, where they died, where they were where their chiefs were.
Yeah.
Their legend is as old as the island themselves, intertwined with the culture, spirituality, and ancient practices of Hawaii. So for historical context, the Hawaiian Islands were once ruled by powerful chiefs and kings, each presiding over their own territories.
Okay.
So ancient Hawaiian society was structured around a complex system of spiritual beliefs, warrior classes, and rituals, with the highest respect given to the mana, or spiritual power, of chiefs and warriors.
Okay.
Warriors fought with honor to protect their lands and their people, often engaging in fierce battles over territory and resources.
Gotcha.
So the Nightmarchers are said to be this...
Hold on a second. Who the fuck were they fighting? They're in the middle of goddamn nowhere in the ocean.
I think each other.
Just battling each other?
I think each other. Because there's so many different, different beliefs and different cultures, different kings.
Okay,
so it's probably over for different lands, different, territories.
I guess I just assume there's 5 islands that make up Hawaii. One group can have one group can have the other. You know what I mean?
We're struggling right now as Americans.
That's so true.
Hawaii is a part of America, sure.
Yeah.
But even within our own individual states, we're struggling with that. So
true. I guess I just imagine, I'm they're in the middle of the ocean. Who's trying to take them over? But it's just each other.
Men are gonna fight. Men are gonna fight. Yeah, they're gonna fight about whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see. I lost my place.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. The Nightmarchers are said to be the spirits of these warriors who were sacrificed or died in battle while defending their chiefs and their lands. People just need to stop fighting.
Yeah.
In ancient Hawaiian culture, warriors were not just soldiers. They were believed to be guardians of sacred places, protectors of the earth and the gods.
Okay.
It's said that when a chief or warrior died, their mana would remain connected to the earth, making their spirit forever tied to the place that once protected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So...
fair.
The Nightmarchers are believed to only emerge under specific conditions on certain nights when the moon is full or during sacred ceremonies. These spirits are said to march in formation with torches burning brightly in the darkness, their footsteps heavy and resonant, echoing through the land. So I have heard that where people will be marching and they're like, we got it, or people will be hiking. And it'll be getting dark, and they will see floating lights, and they're like, "It's time to go.
Time to go.
It is time to
go. You don't want to be there when they come."
Yeah. So after I heard this woman's encounter on Radio Rental, I just deep dived into it, and I was like, "Oh my god! Imagine fighting for your life, hiking already."
Yeah.
And then you see some floating ass lights and these scary ass Nightmarchers. All due respect, scary. I'll show you.
Yeah, especially I'm sure you'll get into what you have to do if you come across the Nightmarchers.
I mean, run.
Well, no, if you come across them and you can't get away, they come upon you too quickly. You have to get naked, lay in the ground, and you don't make eye contact. And I think there's something that involves peeing on yourself as well.
And that's a no from me. I'd rather just be taken.
Yeah. So, if you can't run, that's what you do. It's a sign of respect.
I probably pee myself anyway, just by accident.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure there was urine involved somewhere in that, but don't quote me on it. I didn't do the research here.
So the legend of the Nightmarchers is deeply embedded in Hawaiian culture and has been passed down through generations. The stories vary slightly depending on the island and the local traditions, but a few common themes run through all accounts. So depending on the island, depending on the tribe, depending on the people and stuff that have been like raised around it. It's all varies. It's all just different stories. But the night marchers are often described as a procession of ghostly figures dressed in traditional warrior attire, complete with feathered helmets, tapa cloths, and weapons. Their faces are said to be obscured by the shadows of the night, but their presence is undeniably felt. Some versions of the legend describe the marchers as appearing with the sound of drums, conch shells, and crashing of ocean waves. These spirits are said to be accompanied by the powerful scent of burning torches, which seem to fill the air, suffocating anyone in their path. Which is funny. Not funny, but like I'm imagining this woman on her like hike. And she describes, and she's like, my feet are like blistering. Yeah. We've been out here for a really long time. I think it was over a course of a few days. So they were sleeping in the, like, on the hike and then, waking up and keep going. I was like, she probably thought she's having a heart attack, smelling burnt stuff. She's like, oh,
or
Jesus.
Stroke. Yeah. She's about to have a stroke or
the
a
stroke,
seizure.
not the heart attack. Like, oh, God, I gotta go.
Yeah.
However, their march is not random. It is said to follow specific paths, ancient Hawaiian trails that lead to sacred temples, burial grounds, or the homes of powerful chiefs. And the marchers are believed to travel only at night, and their procession can occur anywhere from remote wilderness areas to populated towns.
Yeah, that's a scary part.
Wild.
Like, they don't give a fuck. They don't
Wild.
give a fuck when they're walking.
One of the most chilling aspects of the Night Marcher legend is the belief that if a living person encounters them, they are at risk of being struck down. Yeah. The Night Marchers are known to fiercely guard sacred areas, and if someone is unlucky enough to stumble into their path, they are said to be taken. This could mean death, illness, or even a life of misfortune. In some virgins. In some versions of the legend, a person can be spared if they follow specific rules, like lying face down on the ground in a show of respect or calling out a prayer of protection to the spirits. Yeah. So it probably goes a little more peachy than like, strip down, bitch.
Yeah. Because I've heard that you get butt-ass naked, put your face in the ground, and pee on yourself. I guess it depends on how paranoid you are as a person. Yeah. Your base anxiety level, how far you want to take it.
Golly. Golly. So, okay, we'll backtrack. Why the Night Marchers appear. The Night Marchers are thought to appear during times of great spiritual significance. Some legends say that their march signifies an upcoming battle, the death of a chief, or a major ceremonial event. Others say that the marchers are called upon by the gods to protect the land from evil or to reclaim lost territories. Okay. The most common belief is that the night marchers appear to protect sacred lands, often near ancient burial sites, or the places where significant battles took place. In Hawaii, certain locations are believed to hold such intense spiritual energy that they attract the spirits of the past. The night marchers are the guardians of these sacred sites, walking the earth to maintain the balance between the living and the dead. But it is not only the living who have cause to fear the night marchers. In some traditions, it's said that the marchers can appear when someone has violated a sacred area or broken taboos known as kapu, K-A-P-U, a set of strict laws that govern Hawaiian life. Did you experience any of this? Because, like, the Hawaiian culture is so specific, and they're so,
it is very specific.
Like, I would be so afraid of doing some stupid Texas shit where I'm like, I'm so sorry. So anyway, I think this is where I think about that woman a lot. That poor woman who was just doing her little marathon.
She's on her little hike.
But yeah, so to trespass on a sacred area is to risk angering the spirits, and the night marchers are dispatched to deal with the offenders. So you've got all of these. I mean, she was white. I'm assuming most of these people are white tourists marching through these sacred lands. I'm like, you're gonna piss people off. Anyway, very good episode. If you go listen to that.
I'll link
that
it
woman
in the show notes.
Yeah, I think it's in my sources
I'll link
too.
It.
For those who have encountered the night marchers, the experience is often described as terrifying, with feelings of dread and fear that overpower the senses. Witnesses recount the sounds of footsteps, slow at first but steadily growing louder, as if a great force is drawing closer. The air grows thick with the smell of burning wood, and the ground trembles as the spirits of ancient warriors are stomping the earth. You can feel their presence, like, everywhere.
That would be horrifying.
I'd be like, Earth, go away!
Just like the impending doom that you must feel.
The processions are often accompanied by the distinct noise of war drums and conch shells, which would have been used in ancient times to signal the approach of an army. And then, without warning, the marchers appear. Figures shrouded in darkness, their faces hidden but their presence undeniable. They are said to move silently but with an overpowering sense of purpose, their feet leaving no trace behind them on the ground. And in some encounters, the marchers are said to vanish as quickly as they appeared, fading into the night.
That's so weird because they can literally shake the earth. Yeah, there's no trace of them. Yeah. Here and gone.
Yeah. Those who have witnessed these spectral marches often describe the overwhelming feeling of being in the presence of something ancient and powerful, something far beyond the realm of the living. Some believe that these encounters are more than just an experience or fear. They are a spiritual awakening, a reminder of the deep connection between the Hawaiian people and the land they inhabit. Damn. So surviving the encounter or having supernatural protection. Yeah. For those unlucky enough to cross paths with the Nightmarchers, there are stories of survival and protection. In Hawaiian folklore, there are sacred rituals and prayers that are believed to protect a person from the wrath of the marchers. The most well-known of these is the practice of lying face down on the ground as soon as the marchers are spotted. This position, considered one of complete humility and submission, is said to signal respect to the spirits and to avoid angering them. Okay. Other traditions suggest that calling out a prayer or invoking the name of a high chief can also protect a person. Okay. So be studying up on your some research. High chiefs of Hawaii.
Yeah. The what if it's the wrong one? What if it's the high chief of that particular night marching group's warring clan or whatever?
Listen, this is going to sound very ignorant. You cut it if you want to.
Yeah.
The extent of my Hawaiian knowledge comes from Moana. Okay, so your girl would be lying face down, being like, Maui, Moana, Fiti, and I'd probably die. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
I'd be like, this is not who you are. Give them some glowing rock. Please, God.
Please.
Oh, God.
At that point, you should just pee on yourself just for good, just to make sure.
They'd be like, you are a disgrace. They're like, I know. I fucking know.
Te Fiti.
Te Fiti.
Oh, my God.
My God. Pause. I lost. Okay. Yeah. Calling out a prayer, invoking the name of a high chief. Not Maui. Not Te Fiti. The Nightmarchers are said to have a deep respect for the mana of powerful chiefs, and invoking their name may convince the spirits to spare the living. However, the success of such rituals depends on the situation. If the spirits are enraged or disturbed, the results may not be favorable. So it just kind of depends on how they're feeling that day.
So even if you do lay on the ground, it could not go your way. That's not a foolproof method.
There are also stories of people who, despite following these protective practices, still face death or misfortune after an encounter.
What the fuck?
So it really just depends on how they be feeling.
Okay, but how do they know that they did those things if they died?
Yeah, dead men tell no tales. Witnesses? You know what I mean? Probably. So the Nightmarchers are believed to be relentless in their protection of sacred ground, and they are known to punish transgressors without mercy. Girl,
go off.
People just be dying, and they're like, it was the Nightmarchers. It could also dehydration.
I know, right? I'm like, how does the coroner make that determination?
Oh, it's definitely the Nightmarchers.
What is the cause of death? If they did an autopsy, this is a side note. This is a rabbit hole. If they do an autopsy on someone who died for the Nightmarchers, like, I wonder what the specific cause of death would be. Would it be a coronary thing? Like a stroke?
I would assume.
They were just scared to death or heart stopped.
Because
I want to know.
A physical thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I bet
anyways, that's how my medical mind works.
I love your medical mind.
What's the specific cause of death here? What's going on?
While the legend of the Nightmarchers is rooted in ancient Hawaiian tradition, sightings of these ghostly figures continue to this day. People living on the islands still report encounters with the marchers, particularly in areas near sacred sites, ancient burial grounds, or places of historical significance. In most recent years, there have been numerous reports of people experiencing unusual phenomena, strange lights, like we said, those
the torches.
Lights, the sound of distant drums, and feelings of dread, which could just be the overall feeling of everybody. We're all shrouded with dread, right?
I constantly have a feeling of dread.
I live in dread.
In this country right now.
In this economy?
In this economy. In this political climate. It's just ever present. I wouldn't know if I was haunted unless it slapped me in the motherfucking face.
Yeah, that's hey.
The feelings of dread persist.
Near sites where the Nightmarchers are said to have walked, some claim to have seen figures dressed in warrior attire, marching silently in the darkness, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light.
Ooh,
the Marchers are still seen as protectors of the land, and their appearances are often interpreted as signs that something spiritually significant is happening. Whether they are spirits of the past or manifestations of the land's ancient energy, the Nightmarchers continue to haunt the collective consciousness of Hawaii. So, if you are traveling to Hawaii anytime soon, these are the top 4 places they said you can encounter the Nightmarchers.
Shit, tell me.
Kauai's Waimea Canyon, known as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, the area is rich with Hawaiian history and is said to be a frequent site for Nightmarcher sightings.
We didn't go there because I think the road was closed or something like that.
Maybe because they had a Nightmarcher incident and they were like,
maybe there was a Nightmarcher incident. Yeah, there was something about like construction or I don't know. We didn't end up going.
There's also
what the fuck?
It's also a sacred volcanic site. It's believed to be a hot spot for the marchers. It's called Haleakala National
I've been there. I've been there. Yeah.
Any Nightmarchers?
I didn't see any.
Okay, you might know this one better too. The Big Islands, Pohoana.
Nope, I've never been there. I only know the places I've been.
Okay, so it's the Big Islands, Pohoana o Hananoi National Historical Park.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's an ancient place of refuge where spirits of warriors are said to roam. Honestly, honest to God, because I'm mispronouncing all this, those Nightmarchers are going to show up tonight in my bedroom. And they're going to be like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah, how you you summoned them by disgracing the pronunciation.
Maui! Defeat me! Oh my God. Okay, and then the 4th one is, I can't pronounce this. I'm also a little...
I see your face working on it. The gears are turning.
A little buzzed. Oahu? Okay, Oahu.
The
Too many. But it's Makua Valley.
Okay.
Oahu's Makua Valley.
Okay.
It's a secluded valley that has long been considered sacred with numerous reports of strange phenomena.
Okay.
So, super scary. Okay. Anyway, so what drew me to this, and what I think about all the time, is that radio rental spot, right? Yeah. And so she's telling a story about how her and her friends are doing this really long hike, and it's over a course of a few days. She hurts her ankle or something, and like she has to turn back, and she can't do it. But there was one photo taken of her, and she posted it, and she was like, "You have to go look at this photo if like you don't if you just want to be really freaked out." And I was like, "Oh my God!" So, okay, how do I do this?
Screen share. Share.
Screen. Select a tab. Wait. This one. Okay. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see
the fuck?
that?
Can you zoom in more?
There? Let me see. How do I do that? Search. No.
The 100%.
I don't know.
I'm
if I
pointing
can.
to the screen, like you can see me pointing. Oh, that's it. Yeah, go 200. That's
that
so
right
creepy.
there.
You can't even see their face.
No, because they said they're shrouded in shadow. But look, they look like a zombie.
They do. That's so unsettling.
And they said that this was right before that the hiker decided to turn around.
So maybe she got some kind of intuitive feeling that's
she's not only was she hurt, but she's like, I can't finish this. I can't finish this. And then she's like, and then I was looking back at photos, and this was like right before I decided to turn around. That was there. And I was like, and I made the mistake. So we used to go to the gym Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we would get done around 9 p.m. And we come home, we get ready for bed. My dumbass looked at this right before I went to bed.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Did me every day since.
Oh my God.
And that's so
I thought I'd
freaky.
seen a different photo, but maybe that's the one I saw. Damn, I think I've seen this one before. That's so creepy.
That doesn't look like any of the other foliage around.
No, not at all.
And
it's clearly a
shape
person.
Of a head and a shoulder.
Yeah. If you can't see this, we'll post the link to the photo on the show notes so you can hop to it. Or you could just literally Google Nightmarcher photo. I just Googled it. It was the first thing that came up.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah. It was like, it's like a woman in a tank top with pink and
she got a little blonde bun,
ton of foliage, and then a dark blob that is clearly human shaped. That's so unsettling.
I said that
See
was
that in your photos? Like,
yeah.
my stomach would fall out of my asshole.
God.
Yeah.
So, it was super scary.
So scary.
Freaked me right out, and I thought about it all the time.
Yeah. I love that. Love that for you.
Yeah. It's great. I love being haunted, thinking about haunted things.
I have a maybe haunting story.
In your new home?
I think it's a mimic.
No.
Which I think is a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't
Mimics
like those.
are scary. I think they're a lot more insidious. But so occasionally Owen will come down at like, I don't know why, it's always fucking 5 a.m. He comes down and he'll knock on my door. He does knock, knock, knock 3 times. It's the same knock. And so he just waits there. He knows I'll get up and go to the door. And so he had done it already once that night, earlier than he normally does. And so I went upstairs. I laid with him for a while. I came back downstairs. And then probably around the time he normally would knock, I hear his little knock, knock, knock again. And so I get up and I'm like, again? I was just up with him. I laid with him in his bed for a few hours. Like, God damn it, child. I was tired and frustrated. So I get up, go to the door. Nobody's there. And it was his knock. I didn't imagine it. I woke up out of sleep because I heard this knock. And I walked out of the room and I was like, well, maybe he already went to go sit on the couch. Because sometimes he'll just get up and like, if it's like 5 o'clock, I'm like, you could just watch some TV while I sleep for another hour or so. And so he's not on the couch. I'm looking around. He's nowhere. Like, he's up in his bed.
Fast asleep.
And I didn't go up and check, but I was like, I'm assuming he's in his bed because I don't see him down here. I even called his name. Nothing.
Yeah.
And so I just went back to bed. I was like, fuck it. This is none of my business. I'm not acknowledging this. I'm not acknowledging this, although I am now. So, but I was like, oh no, this is not it. But it's only happened one time so far. So that's good. And that was a month ago, I want to say. It's been a minute. But I was thinking about it. At first I was like, oh, I think we have a ghost. And then I was like, oh no, I think we have a mimic. And that's much worse.
Yeah.
That's much scarier.
I wouldn't want one of those. Also, 5 o'clock here is 3 a.m. Pacific time.
You're so right. So that's still
3
like
is the bad time.
A witching hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll keep you posted on my mimic situation. Maybe I'll do a little cleansing here soon.
Yeah. Maybe
open up all the windows. Yeah. I'll just get some cleansing items and
sounds good. That's
smoke
a good
the
idea.
house.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. So today I'm talking about the Sallie House in Atchison, Kansas. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not.
Okay. I want to say it's about Atchison is northwest of Kansas, if I looked at map correctly. Or not Kansas City.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
We had some friends that just moved there.
Yeah. You have friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. And so I told her, I was like, next time we go, we're going to this haunted house. I don't care what you say. She's not going to be down, but we're doing it. So Lexi, if you're listening, this is the house we're going to go to.
Ooh.
The Queen Anne 2-story brick house located at 508 North 2nd Street in Atchison, Kansas was built in 1872 by Kate Catherine Finney. Kate was the wife of Michael Finney, a wharf master, whatever the fuck that is, who had immigrated from Ireland to Missouri and later settled in the newly established city of Atchison in 1856. The Finneys acquired multiple properties on North 2nd Street, and this particular home was built for their growing family. But tragedy struck almost immediately. On September 27th of 1872, Michael Finney died inside the home, and according to reports, they had a funeral there as well. So after his death, the house passed to his son, Dr. Charles C. Finney. Charles earned his medical degree in 1894 and opened a practice downtown in the Martin Building. He served as a surgeon for the Missouri Pacific Railway and even became the mayor of Atchison between 1913 and 1916. Local lore insists that the front rooms of the house doubled as Dr. Finney's exam rooms. Some say he even performed emergency procedures there, but researchers argue that there's no hard evidence for that claim. And he also had an office downtown. So I don't know. But it is true that before Atchison's first hospital opened in 1914, it wasn't unusual for doctors to treat patients in their homes. So that was kind of like the vibe for that time.
Yeah, gross, but
yeah. So it's here, though, that the most enduring legend of the Sallie House takes root. According to the story, a desperate mother rushed her 6-year-old daughter, Sallie, into Dr. Finney's care after the child collapsed from excruciating abdominal pain. Finney diagnosed appendicitis. Fearing the appendix would rupture if he waited, he began surgery before the anesthesia had fully taken hold. So Sallie is said to have awoken mid-procedure, screaming in agony. She thrashed against his hands, and then, he, kind of fucked up because she's moving around so much.
Yeah.
Operation left her bleeding out on the table.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. As the story goes, Sallie's last memory was of a man towering over her, torturing her as she died. But there is a problem with this story. There's no record of a little girl named Sallie dying in the house that's ever been found.
Okay.
Historians point out that there's also no direct evidence that Dr. Finney even performed surgery inside of his home because he had his office downtown.
Why would he have to?
Yeah. At the same time, though, Kansas didn't begin keeping statewide death records until 1911, meaning a child's death around 1905 could easily have gone undocumented. So the absence of proof doesn't completely rule out the legend, but skeptics think it's sus. So who knows?
Huh.
But the Finney family remained in the house until 1958 when it was sold to a woman named Ethel Anderson. She lived there until, I know, right? That's the most pure 1950s name.
Oh,
I know.
You don't get fucked up.
Well, she lived there until 1990 and later rented it out to tenants. And she always maintained that during her decades living in the home, she never experienced a single haunting. So her shit never got fucked. Yeah.
What's up, Ethel?
But that calm for her would not last for other people. When new tenants moved in during the early 1990s, the home's reputation changed forever.
Oh, God.
Yeah. In the early 1990s, Tony and Deborah Pickman thought they had found the perfect starter home. It was a charming Victorian on North 2nd Street, just right for newlyweds preparing for the arrival of their first child. But almost immediately, something was wrong. Lights flickered without reason. The family dog growled at corners of empty rooms, especially near the nursery. These were the kinds of things the young couple could shrug off as quirks of an old house until they couldn't anymore. The first real sign came with the toys. Deborah walked into the nursery one afternoon to find stuffed animals rearranged into a strange position on the floor. Do you know what this position was? It was a motherfucking circle. All the stuffed animals were arranged in a circle.
Hate that.
Yeah. So neither her nor Tony had touched them. Soon, a psychic told Deborah that the house was inhabited by a little girl's spirit. Her name was Sallie. A former tenant even admitted her children used to blame Sallie for moving toys. Deborah felt oddly comforted, as if Sallie might be a lonely child spirit who could watch over her baby.
Absolutely not.
I read the book that Deborah wrote, because she wrote a whole book about their experience. It's very detailed, very detailed. But I read the book and she felt maternal towards this spirit. And after talking with a psychic who kind of helped her, led her to believe that this was the spirit of a child, she encouraged her to treat her like a mother would, reprimand her when she does things wrong. She would fucking light candles, the ghost would light candles, which was dangerous, obviously, because set the house on fire. And so she encouraged her to reprimand her, but also include her in things and,
Yikes.
So she felt very maternally attached to this spirit. But for Tony, the experience was nightmarish. Tony felt hunted by this spirit. He woke to whispers in the dark, felt cold hands brush against him, and began showing injuries, scratches and burns that appeared in front of witnesses. During one chilling encounter, a television crew from the show's sightings watched marks rise across his skin in real time. It happened IRL.
Gosh.
Yeah. The activities escalated, objects shifted, fires started on their own, toys burst into flames. Tony suffered terrifying dreams of shadowy figures and awoke to fresh welts carved into his body.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. And of course, all this happening, the haunting drove a wedge between the couple.
Sure.
Deborah still saw Sallie as a misunderstood child, but Tony believed something darker was manipulating them, something using Sallie's image as bait under the guise of a child, which we hear often, like child. Yeah. That's why like child spirits would really,
because it's a demon,
give me pause. Yeah, it's always like, is this demonic activity? Is this just pretending to be a child to gain your sympathy? And that's what Tony thought was going on.
A child or an elderly person.
Exactly. So the danger extended to their newborn Taylor. The baby often woke screaming in the middle of the night while toys in the nursery switched on by themselves, filling the room with warped, static-filled music. Deborah even warned the spirit not to start a fire, only to watch a teddy bear spontaneously ignite later on.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Paranormal investigators came and went. Some believed the activity was the work of multiple spirits. Others insisted something demonic was hiding in the house. One attempted cleansing went horribly wrong, leaving Tony violently scratched and shoved. The relentless activity eroded his sanity, and at one point he admitted that the voices in the house drove him to kill a stray cat, fearing that next he'd be compelled to harm his wife. Yeah, like, it got real bad. So, as if all of this wasn't bad enough, the breaking point came when Tony was shoved down a flight of stairs. Fearing for their lives. Yeah, I think that would be... Yeah, I mean, I might have had other breaking points. I think the fire would have been a real red flag for me.
Yeah, watching a teddy bear spontaneously combust.
Yeah, that might have sent me packing. But either way...
Falling down the stairs would probably kill me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you're lucky you survived that. So, fearing for their lives at this point, the Pickmans packed up and fled. Years later, Deborah compiled their ordeal in her memoir, The Sallie House Haunting, A True Story. She included journal entries, photographs, and raw reflections from their time inside the house. So that's the book that I read. It was interesting. The Sallie House didn't fade into obscurity when the Pickmans left. It grew into a national paranormal legend. After the sighting special in the 1990s, the home appeared in A Haunting on the Discovery Channel, later on BuzzFeed Unsolved, and eventually became a staple for paranormal tourism in Atchison. Each show seemed to wrestle with the same question the Pickmans faced. Was the presence in the house really a little girl or something far more sinister? And of course, I had to watch Ghost Adventures tackle the Sallie House.
Okay.
Their investigation aired in season 13, and I watched the episode and took some notes. What struck me was how the show leaned into the exact opposite interpretation from Deborah's book, where the Pickmans really... I guess both of them, they both imagined Sallie as a curious little girl. Like, at first, Tony had sketched her. Like, Sallie made herself known to Tony and, like, appeared as a little girl. And so he drew of her, showed her with a bow in her hair. Like, it looks like a little girl. But so when they imagined her as a little girl, the Ghost Adventures crew treated her as nothing but a mask for something demonic. There was a tour guide named Denise Pridemore. She told them that she'd left the house with unexplained bruises and once saw a man on the property. She didn't believe a little girl was involved at all. The basement became the center of attention with its strange crawl space and rumors of satanic rituals. Sitting at home watching, I couldn't help but notice how quickly the tone shifted from ghost story to straight up like demonology.
Okay.
Tony and Deborah even returned for the episode. So they were there. They were on the episode. Zach Bagans he convinced them to go back to the house.
Oh my God.
And
how
for part of the investigation.
After being fucking thrown down the stairs?
He was not pleased. And he did get, I'll get there.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm surprised. So seeing them walk back into that house after more than a decade was a little surreal. Tony admitted he once saw Sallie as sweet, but now fully believes she was a demon. Ooh. And right there on camera, he was physically attacked again. His skin welted up as if an unseen hand had pressed into the back of his head, like while they're in the basement.
They didn't like him.
Yeah. So psychic medium was with them. Her name was Anissa Buhe. She joined the investigation and described sensing the presence of the same little girl with curly hair that Tony had drawn years earlier. But she also sensed something mocking and inhuman. And when they went down to the basement, she nearly fainted. And then at the same time, Tony grew nauseous. And that's when she was like fainting is when he got that welt on the back of his head. And so they had this paranormal puck that is loaded with like 2,000 words. They could type questions in and ask it things. I've never looked into this device for paranormal investigation, so I can't really speak to it. I can only kind of tell you what they did. But so they asked the paranormal puck if Sallie was real, and it just like spits out words. So It spat out a disturbing phrase: scratch, Satan, pain, kept, and spirits. So As I watched, I just couldn't shake the contrast. In Deborah's book, the spirit was tragic, even sympathetic at first, a lonely little girl gone too soon. But in Ghost Adventures, she wasn't a child at all, but a predator wearing a child's face. So today, the Sallie House remains open for tours and overnight stays. Some visitors leave with nothing but eerie photos. Others report scratches, bruises, or an overwhelming sense of dread. For Deva Pickman, the haunting was once a story of a child spirit she pitied. For Tony, it became a demonic tormentor that nearly destroyed him. And for investigators like Zach Bagans, the house still feels like a gateway to something darker. Television shows made the Sallie House famous, but the legend has only grown because of what everyday people say happens when they step inside. Atchison has embraced its haunted reputation, and the Sallie House is now one of the main attractions, open for guided tours by day and for the brave, overnight investigations. Visitors often describe an atmosphere that hits them the moment they walk in. An oppressive heaviness in the air, sudden cold spots, or the unmistakable sensation of being watched. Some have compared it to walking underwater. Every step feels slower, as if the house itself was pressing down on them. One of the most common reports echoes Tony Pickman's experiences, scratches and burns that appear without warning. Guests on overnight stays have woken to find long red marks down their arms or backs. Others have left with bruises, even when no accidents occurred. Tour guides caution guests to be respectful, but even then, some leave with physical reminders they can't explain. A particularly chilling story comes from a woman who claims she was pushed so hard on the stairs that she almost fell. Another man reported a searing pain on the back of his neck, only to find 3 long scratches there in the morning, an eerie mirror of what Tony himself once endured.
Yeah.
The house is notorious for wreaking havoc on electronics. Cameras shut off with fully charged batteries. Cell phones die abruptly and then return to normal once outside. Paranormal groups using spirit boxes and EMF detectors often claim the Sallie House is one of the most responsive locations they've ever worked in. And some investigators swear they've captured voices, sometimes a child's laugh, sometimes a deeper growl. In one widely shared EVP session, a team reported asking, "What's your name?" and receiving a faint response, "Sallie." Moments later, the same recording picked up another voice, gravelly low and muttering something unintelligible. The nursery is perhaps the most unsettling room of all. Countless guests have reported toys moving on their own. Balls roll across the floor without being touched. Stuffed animals are sometimes found rearranged in odd patterns, just as Deborah first noticed back in the 1990s. One paranormal group set up a teddy bear with a motion sensor inside it. In the middle of the night, the bear began to rock back and forth. When the team rushed upstairs, they captured video of it moving, but no one was in the room. And on the Ghost Adventures episode, they do capture video of the teddy bear moving, kind of rocking back and forth, or side to side.
Don't like that.
Yeah, exactly. Some guests also claim to hear the sound of small footsteps pacing around the nursery, even though the floor is empty. Others have sworn they've heard a little girl's voice humming a tune, faint but distinct enough to freeze them in place. If the nursery belongs to Sallie, the basement is the house's darkest heart. There's a crawl space with this huge gaping hole, and it's the focus of much of the fear. Guests describe it as a portal, a place where energy gathers and bleeds into the rest of the house. Zach Bagans goes in there and freaks the fuck out while he's in this hole. It was silly. A local tour guide once shared that she refuses to go into the basement alone. She described hearing growling sounds from the hole and seeing a black mass move across the floor. Others have spoken of feeling nauseous or dizzy as soon as they step downstairs, only for the sensations to vanish once they leave. Some visitors insist that they've smelled smoke or sulfur near the crawl space, and a few claim they've seen symbols etched into the floor that weren't there before. One guest even collapsed after venturing near the crawl space, later describing that she felt something sucking the life out of her. Is there a motherfucking Dementor there? Is this the portal to Azkaban?
So initially, because we were hearing Tony and Deborah, and I was Deborah was almost sympathizing with it and making it, and then Tony was nah, this bitch tried to kill me.
Yeah.
So I was okay, maybe it's a man and woman thing, but the stories that are shared is across the board, every gender.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like men mostly are the ones that get scratched.
Yeah.
But everybody experiences the toys moving, hearing the footsteps.
Yeah.
Maybe
the
hearing
violence to the men.
The violence. Yeah. And people who think that she died in the home during her botched appendicitis surgery.
Yeah.
Where her last memory was a man torturing her to death. Yeah. They think that is the cause of her violence towards men.
Makes sense.
If that can be true. So we could go with that. But the house also seems to play with photographs. And this was one big thing that the Pickmans experienced. They would take pictures of things and would have like figures in the photos, shadowy figures in the photos. So visitors often leave with strange anomalies in their pictures, glowing orbs, shadowy figures, or faces peeking out of windows.
Oh, no, God.
Yeah. In some cases, family portraits on the wall have been found flipped upside down or shattered, and that happened to the Pickmans while they lived there. Yeah. Dogs brought into the house often react violently, barking, growling, or refusing to enter certain rooms. Some owners say their pets shake uncontrollably or hide under furniture the moment they cross the threshold. So with each new account, the story only grows more tangled. Some visitors are convinced they've encountered the ghost of a little girl, her presence playful, sometimes even sweet. Others walk away certain that whatever's inside the house is malevolent, manipulative, and possibly demonic. It mirrors the divide between Deborah and Tony Pickman's own experiences. Because for Debbie, Sallie once felt like a child spirit who needed her protection. Yeah. And for Tony, Sallie became a literal nightmare that nearly destroyed his mind and his marriage. And for visitors who brave the house today, the truth still depends on what they feel when the door closes behind them. And that's the story of the Sallie House, a place where history, folklore, and firsthand terror all collide. From the Finney's Victorian home to the Pickman's nightmare to the investigators and visitors who continue to add to its legend, 508 North 2nd Street has become one of America's most infamous paranormal proving grounds. The question that hangs over 508 North 2nd Street is the same one that's lingered since the 1990s. Is Sallie really the ghost of a little girl, or is she just the mask of something far more sinister?
My vote is Sallie House. A demon.
When I hear ghost child, I think demon.
Demon.
I've seen too many movies.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Yeah. Sinister as fuck.
That's spooky. I've never heard of the Sallie House.
I had never heard of it either, but it was super interesting. I love that you can still go tour it and stuff. I want to do an overnight investigation so bad. Let's go visit our friends up in Kansas City.
Up in Kansas City, be like, y'all are coming with us.
Yeah, we're all going. You all get a spirit box. You get a spirit box. You get a spirit box. You get a spirit box.
Yeah, the friends that moved there, I feel comfortable going with them. I'd be like, yes, you will protect me.
It'd be fun. Yeah. We'll do the Estes method. See what Kevin would not go. Kevin and Steven can go be little pussy ass bitches.
Yeah. I'd be like,
somewhere else.
Good.
Yeah.
Sweet babies. Oh my God.
I know. They're just precious angel baby child. But yeah, so thank you guys for listening. We missed you guys. We're so happy to be back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And hope that you all follow us on @InMyHauntedEra on Instagram.
And TikTok
for behind the scenes stuff and pictures and creepy memes and just like fun stuff like that. And upcoming episode teases, we'll do that.
Yeah.
And please don't forget, if you have a scary story, please send it to us. Email us at inmyhauntederapod@gmail.com.
The pod's
that way
important.
we can do a whole episode with viewer and listener stories.
Yeah. We'd love to showcase your haunted experiences. I love hearing about a good ghost story. So
for sure.
Send them our way. And don't forget, now we have merch. Like we talked about, we got merch, we got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got sweatpants, we got stickers. A lot of stickers. So go check them out. Check out our Patreon if you want to support us. We ain't too shy to ask for money here. It's just $3 a month. It'll really help us kind of keep this going and do more stuff because we want to do more content for you. But obviously it costs money to make all this happen.
And she has a baby on the way.
And I have a baby on the way, so help me out. But yeah, we love you guys, and we're so thankful for all who listen to us.
And please subscribe, rate, review. That is, and tell your friends. Word of mouth is like the best thing that could happen.
Yeah, but leave us a review. We'd love to know your feedback. It means so much.
Yeah, how can we get better? What do you want to hear?
Yeah.
We're open to this.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so thanks for listening, and
we'll haunt you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I lost my phone.